Benno comes in to bowl.
Richie Benno, the Australian wrist spinner, developed an action full of rhythm and control. From his hand came genuine spin and variation. He was equally expert bowling either over or around the wicket. Against England at Old Trafford in 1962, he took 6 for 70, winning the Test and, in the end, saving the Ashes for Australia. As a captain, Benno was the supreme strategist. As a batsman, he was an aggressive and dangerous opponent. With 248 Test wickets, he placed himself forever in the record books. Since his playing days, Richie's cricket wisdom has been available to many countries through the medium of his perceptive television commentaries.
Well, it's difficult to simplify because it's the most complicated form of bowling. Fast bowling is as it appears. Medium pace bowling is the same. Orthodox finger spin is difficult, but wrist spin, over the wrist spin for right-handers and left-handers is very complicated. The main thing to do is to keep it simple when you're explaining it to kids or even to older people.
Well, simplify it for me.
Okay. Well, what it amounts to is that you have a very, very difficult art form where the ball is going to come out of the hand in a most unorthodox fashion at a time when your body is in a very strange position. I suppose a little bit like the golf swing, which is an unnatural thing. But the leg break is the most important thing in the over-the-wrist spinner's armoury. It's the right hand over-the-wrist spinner bowling to a right-hand batsman. And his job is to perfect the leg break. That's the thing he must do. He must spin it fiercely, spin it hard, and he must bowl it exactly where he wants it so it can get him out of trouble when, as is always the case, he'll find himself in trouble against a good batsman.
And a lot of tutors have been known to say, get a length first and then spin the ball, but you're actually saying spin is the priority.
Forget about the length. You have lots of bowlers who are just rollers. They just put the ball there and that suits them, particularly if they get a pitch that may have been prepared to help them, and they can then return good figures, but that is no good. It's like trying to teach a medium pacer to become a great fast bowler. You can't do it. He's got to have the pace first. And in this case, the leg spinner must have the fierce spin and then learn to control it. And that is going to take him, mind you, say 4 years before he can control it.
So teach us to bowl the leg spinner.
Right, the leg spinner is held in the same grip as for the top spinner and the wrong un and the flipper, which we'll come to shortly. But it is held like that, and the positioning is that the first knuckle of the index finger is on the seam, and the first knuckle and the second knuckle of the third finger also on the seam. Ball is held quite firmly. The thumb doesn't play any part at all in it. It can be up in the air if you want, or it can be on the ball. It makes no difference. And when you bowl the leg break, first of all, you start in your action with the back of the hand facing the sky as it's coming over, like that. Back of the hand facing the sky first, and then it turns towards you, back of the hand to your face. So that's back of the hand to the sky, back of the hand to the face, and that means that the ball will be coming out, turning anti-clockwise down the pitch as it goes towards the batsman. Okay, away you go. Well, that's a decent start. Right, now, let's just have a look at your grip for a start. The whole basis of bowling a leg break is that the ball, as it's going down the pitch, needs the seam to be rotating in that direction. I just turned round to get the red. So it needs to be, the seam needs to be turning anti-clockwise, going from leg to off. And the first thing that's happening there is that you haven't got the ball in your hand as you're starting to run in. So you're just going to put it in haphazard fashion, which is not really good enough. You need to start your run, you need to have your grip, should be the same grip for every delivery, and you need to have your grip set from the moment you turn to come in there. So it's a matter of having the grip there like that with a knuckle on the seam and the two knuckles there down the seam, and when you spin it out of your hand, you start off for the leg break with the back of your hand facing the sky. One of the things you must understand is what happens to the ball on the way down and why it happens.